Hello and welcome once again to Jacob's Toys 5-minute figure reviews. Please do like, share, subscribe and all of those things. All support to the channel is very much appreciated. In this video we are taking a look at the Marvel Select ICEMan, the new offering from XMen by Diamond Select Toys, and I'm very excited to open this one up and take a look. He was announced a little while ago. He comes with a whole bunch of accessories and so far so good. He looks really cool. So without further ado, I'm going to get him out of the box and take a closer look at him. But a huge thank you to Diamond Select Toys for sending him over for me to take a look at. Now, out of the box, what do we get? We of course get the Iceman figure, the base figure. We also get a display base, which is an ice slide, which is a really cool accessory because we've not seen an ice slide before with many other versions of Iceman. He's also got an alternate belt, so you can have a classic Iceman with this head as well, or you can have the modern Iceman with the belt that's on him and the head that's on him. But as you can see, the sculpting is really good. He also comes with a handful of different hands. He comes with this kind of effect piece where it's like a like a power effect kind of thing, and he also comes with the ice projection on both his right and left hand. Now you can see here his hands there, the ice projection is attached to the hand, and there's a slightly shorter one there for his left hand. Now I'm a little bit concerned because I think these are going to be a bit heavy, but we will see. But yeah, we go. So there's all of the accessories that you get with him. So the belt just pops off like this. There's a little peg behind the buckle of the belt, and it just simply goes on. It sits a little bit high on the waist for my liking, but when it's actually on, it's absolutely fine. It's not a problem at all. The articulation in him is pretty good. Now, Diamond Select Toys do have 1 point of articulation in the elbows and the knees. There is no surprise there that it's only got 1 point of articulation, but it's got enough articulation to get him into a handful of different poses. And as you can see with the light here, he's got kind of a clear white sort of end of his legs and arms, which goes into a more bluey translucent colour in the torso and the head and the thighs. Let me just put this classic belt on, see how easy that is to put on. Yeah, pretty easy. Just pop the peg in and there we go, you've got the classic belt as well. He is a really nice figure. The promotion pictures did definitely do him some justice. He is just as nice in hand as I thought he would be. He's all clear, he's all translucent, and I must admit, one thing about the translucent figures is that you can then see all the inner workings of the action figure, so all like the pegs and all that kind of stuff. And they've done a really good job of not making it stand out. Like even looking at it now, you can't really see the different parts on the internal mechanisms. The two heads are different enough that you've got two very different looks there. One of course with hair and one without. Let's just try that classic look on as well. You know what, I'm actually not sure which version of the head I'm going to display, because I do like the modern version with the hair, but then the classic version with the bald head is pretty iconic. It just pops on and off very simply like that. And there we go, you've got the classic version. I think I'm probably going to keep the modern version. Oh, you also got these two display stands as well. And I'm not quite sure what you do with those because there's no sort of hole to put them in. But I'm sure I'll find a use for them at some point. There are two foot pegs here on the base. So one there and one there. So it's pretty obvious where his feet go. There are only two, so there's not kind of different options. But the ice slide, the paintwork on it is very cool. It's got that like dry brush white look, so it looks icy. Let's have a look at these effect pieces. This is what I'm really excited to see. Now, one goes in here, and the other one goes. Oh, there we go. So straight away, the wrist has kind of fallen down a little bit because of the weight. Now, that's kind of to be expected, but I don't think there's anyone out there that would display it like this with both arms kind of protruding out. You're going to use them in some kind of way, but yes, just be aware that the wrist is a little bit floppy. So there we go, they kind of fall down. But when I first saw it, I thought that these ice blasts were less of a projection and more to do with the ice slide. So when you put them on the ice slide, you've kind of got these two arms kind of blasting the ice, because that's how I remember him in the early comics and obviously the TV shows and that. He kind of, projected ice out of his hands and made the ice slide that he kind of moved around on. And they never really explained what happened. I mean, I know ice melts, but can you imagine how many ice slides there were? Because solid ice hangs around for quite some time, let's be honest. And then surely just around Xavier's kind of mansion, it would just, everywhere would be wet all the time from all the ice that's melting. But anyway, I'll go off on a tangent. The actual figure is really cool. So here's the effect piece arm. So this is more of a kind of an attack piece. So you could use one here, just kind of creating the ice slide. and then he's kind of firing an attack out of his other hand. So see, that looks quite cool. That does look quite cool. One thing that's really nice about Diamond Select toys is that most of their figures come with some kind of display base, whether it's like a fire for the Human Torch or an ice slide for obviously Iceman. I'm a bit annoyed with myself for not grabbing the Human Torch, because it would have been cool to see these both side by side. Now, talking about side by side, one thing that people always ask is how Diamond Select toys measure up to Marvel Legends. Now, Diamond Select toys do stand taller than Marvel Legends. They're nearer the 7-inch scale, so you can't get this Iceman to go with your Marvel Legends setup. Here's an earlier version of Iceman that came 2018 maybe, I don't know, but the more modern version of Iceman, and you can see that he's quite small in comparison. Do the effect piece fit in his hand? Yeah, they do. You could make them work. So if you have got other Icemen in your collection, then I suppose you could utilize these effect pieces. But in my personal opinion, there is definitely a more superior Iceman figure out of the two, and I think it's the Diamond Select one. The Marvel Legends one works on the ice slide as well, but I think the Diamond Select one's the better one, so I'm going to get rid of that and just focus on him. This is definitely the much more superior Iceman figure. It is a little bit taller, so of course it won't go with your other X-Men if you collect Marvel Legends, but all in all, he is a very cool figure with a load of accessories. Definitely worth picking up. He's available now. Go and check him out. Thanks very much for watching. Please do like, share, subscribe, and all of those things. Thanks again to Diamond Select Toys for sending them over. Thanks very much. I'll see you soon.